Here are 5 things you need to know about the Montreal Canadiens as they head into the 2026 Stanley Cup playoffs. Number 1, they are a legitimate contender. I mean a legitimate threat to win the Stanley Cup level of good. For years, the Habs were mired in mediocrity. Then owner Jeff Molson changed course and in 2022 embarked on a rebuild. The Habs were stuck at the bottom of the standings with the hope of better days ahead. Well, those better days, they're here now.
There's a lot of high-end talent, to an extent probably that we had not seen in Montreal since the 1990s. So, propelled by those young players, they've been able to get back on their feet very quickly, and the sky's the limit.
Last year, the team squeaked into the playoffs. This year, they stormed in, kicking the door down. They finished with more than 100 points for the first time in nearly a decade. Next. So, you want tickets? Good luck. It can be expensive to attend any sporting event in North America. But the Montreal Canadiens? In the playoffs?
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Well, that's really going to cost you. Look at how much these tickets are going for on resale, and expect the prices to jump even higher closer to game day. There's always the option of remortgaging your home, but if you can't afford to shell out the big bucks to get into the Bell Centre, joining thousands of other fans just outside the arena is also an option. Third, those who are lucky enough to get a ticket should see some offensive flair. It was a year of milestones. The big one, of course, Cole Caulfield hitting the 50-goal mark. The first Hab to do that since 1990.
Sorry it took so long.
Captain Nick Suzuki cracked the 100-point plateau, the first Hab to do that since Matt Snaslin back in 1986. By the way, the Habs won their 23rd Stanley Cup that year. Just saying. Oh, and there was also Juraj Slafkovsky hitting the 30-goal mark. And then there's defenseman Lane Hutson. The Phenom had 66 assists this season, tying Larry Robinson's record set back in 1977.
It's definitely cool.
Okay, the Habs are good, but they are far from perfect. So, 4th point. There are some, let's say, defensive doubts.
On the back end, it's been hit and miss over the course of the season.
And coming into the playoffs, some of the Habs' best defensemen are hurting. Noah Dobson is injured, and it's not clear when or if he will play. And Caden Gooley and Alex Carrier are also banged up. And what about goaltending? A hot goaltender can carry a team to the promised land. And Jakub Dobeš has been just that, even though he started the season as the team's backup.
Well, he was ready to fight for his spot, so much so that the Canadiens are entering the playoffs now with Dobeš as their number 1 goaltender. He might not have the longest leash.
The last thing you need to know is who they are playing. They're taking on Tampa. This is a rematch of the 2021 Stanley Cup final. The Habs lost that in 5 games. And this guy had this to say afterwards.
I didn't want to go back to Montreal, but the fans in Montreal, come on. They acted like they won the Stanley Cup last game. You kidding me?
Well, 5 years later, and Kucherov is coming back, along with about half a dozen other teammates from that Stanley Cup team. This team has that winning pedigree. They know how to win.
They got elite goaltending from Andrei Vasilevsky over a decade now. Their special teams were consistently good. And in the last few years, they added a lot of sandpaper to their overall attitude.
These two teams played each other 4 times this year, and it's pretty clear that they don't like each other. During the Habs' magical run to the Stanley Cup final back in 2021, things were different. COVID restrictions meant most seats at the Bell Centre were empty. And really, fans weren't expecting the Habs to do quite as well as they did. This year, things will be different. That arena will be full and loud. And their high hopes, a 25th Stanley Cup, is only 16 wins away.